Welcome to the MyPTS Time 2 tutorial for how to enter students receiving psych services to your caseload and enter billing for students receiving psychological services. From the home page, once you've signed in to MyPTS Time 2, in order to get a student onto your caseload, you'll need to click Caseloads. This opens up your entire caseload list. You'll be able to see all of the students currently on your caseload, their status, the district they are currently being serviced in, the school they currently attend, their grade, the IEP 504 date, and the therapist type. In order to add a student to this list, you'll need to click Add New Student. You'll need to enter the date you will begin billing for the student. We're going to select August 1st, 2018. You also need to enter the status. If the student is being evaluated for the first time, you will select referral status. If the student is receiving psychological services or have in the past and is being re-evaluated, you will select on caseload. You will also select on caseload if the student has Psych consult on the service page of their IEP. We're going to be adding a student who is being evaluated for the first time, so we will select referral status. The next thing you'll need to enter is the therapist type, which should always be primary, and click Continue. Here we'll continue to enter the student's information. We're going to be entering a student by the name of Psychological Evaluations, so we'll enter the first name, the last name, the date of birth, which we're going to say is August 15, 2010. The student is in grade 4. This is a male. Next, you'll need to enter the district the student will be receiving services in. If you are servicing more than one district, they will all be in the drop-down list here, and you will just need to select the district that applies. Once you've entered the district, you'll need to select the school and click Continue. The system is now searching to see if this student already exists in the system. If the student was currently in the system, a different screen would show up that would allow you to review the information and either select that student by clicking Add as Primary, or to click a link that would send the information you just entered to administration, who will in 1 to 2 business days complete an override to get the student added to your caseload. The system searched and this student was not already in the system. So on the student detail page, we'll need to finish entering the student's information. As you can see, the name is showing the date of birth. This is a good place to check all of this information. The grade, the gender, and the school are already showing. Had we selected on caseload as the status, you would need to fill in the via treatment field by selecting IEP 504, MA eligible. You would need to enter the IEP date. Also, what you would see down here that is not currently showing are the fields to enter the frequencies according to what is on the IEP. You would need to enter frequencies for individual services, group services, and consult services. Because billing for psychological is different than any of the other disciplines, you would enter none for individual, none for group, and under consult, you would enter the information according to what is in the IEP. When you select referral as the status, you do not have to enter any frequencies, which is why you don't see them on the bottom. Once you check all of your information, including the special class type, which you must select when adding a student to your caseload, once you've checked all of your information on the student detail page and make sure it is correct, you'll click Save. And as you can see, our student psychological evaluation is now on our caseload with the status of referral at the PTS Test District, Elementary School, Grade 4. We did not have to enter an IEP date because the student is being evaluated for the first time, and I am primary. Next, we're going to enter billing for our psych student. In order to do so, you'll need to click Timesheet. Once you click Timesheet, this page will open up. You'll need to make sure you're in the month that you want to enter billing for. If you needed to change that month for whatever reason, you would use these arrows. Please remember you can only submit a timesheet once. You can enter billing throughout the month as often as you need to, but you will only submit it once. Once you have submitted your timesheet, you cannot go back in to make any changes. You will be able to click Review and Submit to review a timesheet previously submitted, but again, you will not be able to make changes to that timesheet. Once you know you're in the month you want to enter billing for, you will select the district. Because I've already started a timesheet, I can already see the links that allow me to enter billing for a specific week for the month of August. And if I had to choose from another district, I would select it from here and click Start New Timesheet. This is where you're able to see the month you're entering billing for, the district, track the hours you've already entered. You're able to see whether you've submitted your timesheet or not. Once you've submitted, you can see the date and time you submitted. You're also able to see when it is approved. And again, when you click Start New Timesheet, you create the links that allow you to go in and enter billing by the week onto that month timesheet. We're going to enter billing for the week of August 6th through the 10th by clicking on the link. The next page you see is a list of all the schools assigned to the district. Here is another place you can check to make sure you're in the week that you want to enter billing for, and if, again, for any chance, by any reason you needed to change that, you would use these arrows. Our student is at the PTS Elementary School. All of your time will be going under student time. When I click the link, the list of all of the students at the school I clicked student time under are now showing on this list. I can expand all to open them up if I was entering billing for them all, or you can collapse and just simply select the student you will be entering billing for. We're going to be entering billing for both of our students here, so we're going to expand all. And the first student we're going to enter billing for is psychological evaluation. On Monday, we started our evaluating process. I made phone calls, had some emails, things preparing for my evaluation, and that took me 2 hours. In the system, you enter minutes, and the system converts them to hours. I'm going to enter 120 minutes. As you can see, it shows up at the top where the target hours, which is the maximum amount of hours you can bill up to for that day, and then the total hours shows the actual amount of minutes or hours that you have already entered. If for some reason you entered more than the maximum amount of minutes allowed, the system would make it turn red. And when you get to the other portion of your timesheet, you will need to enter a note that explains why you have an extended day and who approved it so that it can be approved. We're going to change this back to 2 hours by entering 120 minutes. On Tuesday, I began my testing, which took an entire day, 7.5 hours. I'm going to enter 450. On Wednesday, I wanted to finish my testing, but psychological evaluation was unavailable due to an assembly. If a student is absent or unavailable, you would check off the day that they're absent here. If they're unavailable, you would check off the day and enter the reason why. This student was absent due to an assembly. Click OK. And then on Thursday, I was able to finish my testing, which was another full day. On Friday, I wrote up my report, which took half a day. And then I'm going to move on to interbilling for my next student, which is test student. And test student was absent on Monday. All I had to do for test student that was left was write up the report because I completed their testing already. And so I did that on Wednesday. That took me an entire day. And I do not have any billing for Thursday or Friday for test student. Up at the top, I can check and see all of my time is sufficient and correct. So I have no more billing to enter. I'm going to click save. If I had additional billing, I could either go to the next week to enter billing for those same two students at the elementary school, or I could enter billing at a different school I may be servicing in the district as well. Because I do not have any additional billing, I am now going to click Return to Timesheets. I want to submit my timesheet. I'm going to click Review and Submit. This is the area I would enter a note had I had an extended day that shows up in red. I'm going to scroll down, check all of my billing to make sure it is correct. As you can see, all of the billing for my students under referral get billed into the evaluation category on the timesheet. If the status was on caseload, all of my billing would be under re-eval for the re-evaluations, and if it was consult on the IEP, that time would go in this column under consult. I've checked my entire timesheet. It is correct. I do not have any additional billing. I'm going to click Submit Timesheet. And as you can see, my August timesheet has 28.25 hours. It is showing yes submitted, and it also shows the date and time that I submitted. If I needed to get back into this timesheet, I would be able to click View Submitted Timesheet, and again, I can review the timesheet. I cannot, however, make any changes because the timesheet is submitted and locked. I do not have any more billing. You can either click timesheet or go back to your home page if you're finished. And I would like to thank you for watching this My PTS Time 2 tutorial for adding students receiving psychological services to your caseload and entering billing for students receiving psychological services. Thank you.